Okay, I'm going to talk to you about the research methods in English. What is research methodology? The particular approach that is based on theory that you use in your research. That is called research methodology. The particular approach based on theory that you use, or the ways of analyzing data that you use in your research. What are the examples of research methodology? There are descriptive methods, such as the survey method. If you're doing research in ELT, for example, you can use survey method. Historical method. If you're studying the development of a genre, for example, you can use the historical method. Content analysis. You take texts and analyze the content according to certain methodologies. That is called content analysis. Then you can use qualitative methods. Qualitative methods include ethnographic method, that means study of a community, of a culture in an anthropological way. Narrative method, phenomenological method, based on what is felt phenomena, experienced phenomena. Grounded theory is developing a theory from your research. Case study. You should understand that all these methods are never used. Some of these methods are used in research or ordinarily, and a combination of these methods are also used. For example, historical method will be there as well as content analysis will be there, like that. Associational methods are also sometimes used. Correlational method. It includes correlational methods, means correlating two authors or works or a group of works, etc. Causal comparative method is when you study causes and effect and compare. There are also interventional methods. Interventional methods are you conduct some experiment and change some situation or scenario. If there is a problem in English education or English language education, through your interventional research or action research, you can actually change that situation and provide solutions to the problem. That is interventional method. Some other methods are archival research, where you look at the archives. For example, sometimes film research or research on 19th century culture, etc., can be archival. Then biographical research or autobiographical research, study based on the biography of the writers involved. Then, for example, slave narratives. When you study, you have to employ a biographical research method. Oral history. You take oral testimonies, memoirs. Sometimes, when you study people who are illiterate or who cannot write, say old people or people having some disease, such situations employ oral history methods. Then visual methodology such as film narratives or paintings. Semiological analysis based on study of science based on semiology. Discourse analysis will employ Foucauldian methods of studying a discourse, how power works in a discourse. Ethnographic research, I already mentioned that. Textual analysis, then interview as a form of research. As I told you already, you cannot just employ one of these methods. Usually, you employ a combination of these methods. Steps in a research process. First, you have to identify a problem. You reach one area of research. Within that, you identify a problem. Then you have to review literature in that area. And based on that, you have to write a research proposal. Then, after the research proposal is approved, you start your research formally. Then you have to collect more data, reach conclusions, and then write the original dissertation. And then once you submit your dissertation, you will also be given the opportunity to defend your dissertation. Then parts of the research proposal. First, very important is the title. The title will show what your research is. Then you have to study the background and rationale of the research. What is the background or context of your research and why are you doing this research? You have to frame research questions. Research questions indicate what you're trying to find out in your research. Then you have to spell out the methodology. Then you have to show the chapter divisions or plan of work. And then you have to give bibliography or works cited. Bibliography or works cited in English studies usually follows the MLA style sheet. MLA style or MLA handbook gives the MLA style, has some general guidelines. Type your paper on a computer and print it out on standard white 8.5 into 11, that is letter size. Actually, MLA suggests letter size because abroad in US, UK, etc., letter size is common size. But in India, A4 is common size. So in India, it's okay if we use A4. One thing is, MLA always says follow what your instructor says. These instructions can be changed by your instructor or the guide. So ultimately, if guide approves, you can change it. Double space the text of your paper and use a legible font such as Times New Roman. Don't use some fancy font. The font size should be 12 point. Leave only one space after periods or full stops and other punctuation marks. Set the margins of your document to 1 inch on all sides. However, if you are binding your document into a book, you will have to leave the gutter. Gutter is the margin for binding. Indent the first line of each paragraph 1/2 inch from the left margin. The first line should be indented inside towards the right 1/2 inch indentation. Use the tab. Do not use space. Do not type space, 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 space like that. Instead, use the tab for the first line. Create a header that numbers all pages consecutively. The pagination should be in the header. It should be on the upper right hand corner, 1/2 inch from the top and towards the right, flush with the right margin. Use italics to indicate the titles of longer works. Books and newspaper, periodical, etc. should be in italics. And only when absolutely necessary, provide emphasis. Emphasis means bold. Unnecessarily, don't use bold. If you have any end notes, sometimes in order to explain some terms, etc., you will have to use end notes. Then include them on a separate page before your works cited page. It should come before works cited and it should be called notes only. Do not say end notes. This is a sample of the bibliography page. First give surname, then comma, then first name. Article should be in double quote. The name of the newspaper or periodical should be italicized. And if it is periodical, then comma, date, then comma, URL. Full URL should be given. This is MLA Handbook 8th edition. In the 7th edition, just before this, it was completely different. Now it is like this. Access date also should be given like this, ending with a full stop. If it is a movie, direct comma, name of the edit. Who is this? This is not movie. Review of an this is an web source. Then author, then review of an inconvenient truth, italicized, comma, directed by Davis Guggenheim. That is how it is pronounced, I think. It is a digital resource. If you are in doubt about what it is, please look up, just put it in the internet and Google search, you'll find out. Then if the periodical has volume, number, etc., it should be given like this. Pagination should be given like this. Then if there are more than 2 authors, first author's name should be reversed. Surname, then first name. Second author's name should not be reversed. Then if it is a movie, this is a movie, An Inconvenient Truth. Just the movie title is the beginning. And then it should not be alphabetized with A here, but ignore A and the articles and it comes after H. HI, like that. Yeah, it is a this Davis Guggenheim is a director. Oh, it is a review of that movie. The review is written by Roger Ebert. Okay, okay, I understood. Ebert Roger has written a review of the movie, and the movie is directed by Davis Guggenheim. Oh, I made a mistake. Review of should not be italicized. I will correct it right now. I am the one who made this mistake. It is okay if I make a mistake, I can also correct it. Yeah, it should be. This is why I was confused. I hope you understood now. Yeah. Review of An Inconvenient Truth. An Inconvenient Truth directed by. Okay, understood? Then this is the name of a book. Leroy Marcel, Global Warming Myth or Reality. This is the uh, global warming myth or again mistake. The erring ways of climatology. Why is it double italicized? But look it up, okay? I don't know why. No need of giving, and a very important change in 8th MLA edition, no need of giving the place. Only Springer, the publisher, is given. Now look at the next one. If there are more than two authors, at all should be given. Then if the name of the author is repeated, this author again comes here, then three dashes should be given. Then these are all web sources. Volume, number, date, then Cambridge University Press, UP, like before. In the 7th edition, it was given print, web, etc. here. Now it is not there. So these are the uh, citation details according to MLA Handbook 8th edition. MLA means Modern Language Association. Okay, it is not possible to teach everything. You should do your own research. If MLA handbook and everything is there in the internet, spend some 15 minutes on that. Okay, so all the best for the exam. I hope you have understood the basic details. Watch the video once again. Thank you very much.